Alright, hello, and welcome back to Mystic Quest. As you can probably see if you've been paying attention to experience levels at the bottom of the screen, did one massive amount of leveling up. Went from what, level 21, 22 at the end of the last video? Yeah. I figure at these levels, I probably will never have to grind again for the rest of the game. I'm leveled up enough to where I could pretty much one-shot kill any enemy that dares stand in my path. And I still got enough of the game left to where I should be able to get max levels by the final parts of the game without having to grind anymore. So, yeah. Not that I'd mind grinding, obviously. I mean, I just grinded out 14, 15 levels in the last, 10 hours? I don't know. It's not like I ever time these things, but yeah. Or the fact that I'm already at level 37, barely into the midway point of the game. I mean, yeah. So obviously I don't mind grinding. It's just, it can get tedious after a while, fighting the same enemies over and 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 over. Yeah, you get the idea. Anyways. Really? Even at level 37, I still... You think that would have been improved on... I mean, I'm not exactly a beginner anymore. I mean, come on. You know, it almost makes sense you miss a lot when you're starting out. You're a beginner. You've never really fought before, but... Now... Oh, well. Again, for the billionth time, don't ever expect video game logic to make physical sense, or logical sense. You'll be disappointed every time, guaranteed. And you know what? It doesn't have to. It's all fictional stories anyways. You know, it's all for fun. I don't say that to complain. I wouldn't, just like any fictional story, I wouldn't expect it to make logical sense. You know, it's called fiction for a reason. Anyways, at least this is obviously a dead end right from the start. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, that's not a... Alright. Now, thanks to all the grinding I did last night / early this morning, I don't really have to grind much here. Or I don't have to fight many, don't have to fight many of the enemies here, especially since I know what the which way to go to get through here. After having played this game enough. Correct path to get through to the next floor would be fight this thing and then take the path to the right of it. If I'm actually, I better check that. That's, if I'm remembering correctly, that's... Granted, I could be wrong about that, as it has been a while since I played this game, so... In fact, yeah, I'm just gonna... All these other paths are dead ends like the one I just went through. Some open up a path to a treasure chest, that usually just has 10 arrows or 10 bombs or menial trinket items like that. The treasure chest having equipment upgrades. Yeah, those. Well, there are a few. I was going to say there are none of them here, but no, those come up later. Yeah. Like I said yesterday, my memory for my first playthrough, my memories of this are playing through almost the entire thing, not seeing the enemies, thinking they had brought back the traditional random battles that just happen out of nowhere. You know, here I am! Because I didn't bother going over to the right from the start and get that mask item. Yeah. Ugh. What? The gate is open, it looks like from here. I mean, that looks like it's open. I should be able to get through here. Oh, well, frick it. Again, it's probably just arrows for Phoebe anyways. Never mind. Those little wooden... Yep, I was right. That was... Okay. And I don't think there was anything else, again, other than chests like that one up there on top of the screen that's already been opened, but yeah. No need to fight my way through all that just for some menial... Sure, I get more arrows. Big deal. I'm already at... she already has 91 of them. Well, now 90. Use more arrows to get more back, huh? I mean, again, I'm not saying nobody should ever go those optional paths and do all that. Frick, most people could probably use a couple, an experience level or two. So taking those optional extra paths and going through those dead ends, fighting all those enemies would probably be a good thing. But for me, on this specific playthrough, already at level 37, no. Oh, these things. Okay. Well, for these things, if I'm remembering correctly, unless I'm thinking of a sprite lookalike palette exchange, however you want to put that, later version of this same enemy that appears in later dungeons. Well, I'm almost going to have to test this theory. See if this is the enemy I'm thinking of. Okay, I guess not. Never mind. It's the enemy that looks like them that you see later in the game. That almost have a 100% magic shield. Any magic spells like reflect and like the reflect spell in later games. Any magic cast on them just gets cast directly back to the one who cast it, doing the damage to your party member instead. Yeah. So, yeah, it's obviously not this enemy though, because I just killed one with a fire spell, so obviously, I'm thinking too far ahead too quickly. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Weak to bomb attack. Of course, you think anything living would be, but yeah. Obviously not Link in the first original Zelda game. He was completely immune to bomb blasts. He could be standing right in front of the thing and not even get hurt. Not even take a half a heart of damage. Not even a quarter of a heart of damage. One of those, don't try that at home kind of things. Even for those of us who are into demolitions. And why am I using bombs? I mean, they may be good against those eyeball enemies, but otherwise, I mean, yeah, they multi-target like boomerangs in Dragon Quest games, doing damage to everything on screen, but yeah. Unlike boomerangs in Dragon Quest games, these have limited quantity use. That's why I don't use them all that often. I mean, if they were infinite use like boomerangs in Dragon Quest games, I'd be using them more for that multi-targeting, but yeah. I mean, this ain't going to be a good example because these things are weak to bomb blasts, so yeah. It's going to do more damage to them than it does most other enemies here. Yeah. I mean, I suppose the counter argument to this would be, why am I worrying? I got 96 bombs, and there's a shop in town that sells more for only $10 a bomb, so yeah. Open that. Yeah, you want to come this way first and open that, because otherwise, from the start of this floor, if you go the other direction, you'll get to that door, but it'll still be locked. You'll have to walk your way back around. Yeah. Granted, the enemies will be gone, so it's not like you'll have to fight a string of random battles to get back, back to the start. But like most games would be the case. Or like would be the case in most games, to rephrase that better put. Yeah. Go the wrong way, reach a dead end, and then go back to the last fork in the road and take another path. But during that trip back, fight, 3 or 4 random battles at least, depending on how long the trek is, how far back you have to go. Yeah. Anyways. And again, I personally like the way this game handles the random battles. Make the enemies visible, so you have time to prepare for the battle. Nothing catches you by surprise. Like, I don't need to heal. Oh shit, I wish I'd healed up when I had the chance. Oh great, yep. Of course, that does more damage because it's only one enemy. I mean, bomb blast, multi-targeting bomb blast damage is, again, takes the base number and divides it amongst how many enemies are being targeted. If it's 400, or if it's 450, it'd be 150 per enemy. 300, 100 per enemy. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. What was in here? Oh, just a couple of those. I'll get our weapons back up to max. Alright. By the way, if anybody noticed, those other two wooden chests that are down there at the bottom of the screen off to the other side of that wall, can't get them from here. One of the branching paths on the first floor one of the branching paths on the first floor that I ignored leads you to those. But again, they're just arrows or bombs anyway, so yeah, I mean, if you really need those, I guess, but yeah. All right. Now, this time I don't think there's any need to go. Don't think it matters which way you go from here. I don't think there's any locked gates on this floor. At least not yet. Well, there is, but nothing that nothing that you can do anything about yet, I think. Again, unless I'm thinking too far ahead too quickly again, like that enemy situation with those eye enemies. Yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, just moving on. Alright. Ow. Oh, I missed. I guess the developers were figuring people would be using bombs a lot. Not one, but two of them side by side. I mean, to be fair, there have been playthroughs where I did use bombs a lot more, but because of the multi-targeting aspect, but anyways, well, you do want to be on this floor, but for purpose of item collection, I mean, real items, not just, well, let me rephrase that, armor and weapon upgrades, item collection. Look up below. Where am I? Oh, there I am. Noble armor. Alright. Dang it, I forgot to check stats before. So I don't know how much of an upgrade that is in defense points, but... Alright, well... Again, no need to fight every enemy, since I did all that grinding between videos. I mean, not only do I have the rest of this dungeon and all of the remaining ones, but there's still like, what, rough guessing 9 or 10 more of those battlefields to go yet, and at least 2 of them I do. Well, one specifically, most definitely want to go through, which I'll be doing after this dungeon. There's a few more that have prizes that are worthwhile that you can't get otherwise, so yeah. Shouldn't have to worry about level, about raising experience level, since this game maxes out at level 41 anyways. Doesn't exactly go all the way to level 99 like most RPGs do. Well, at least most of the ones I've played. Other than like Etrian Odyssey games, which generally max out at level 70. At least until post-game. Some of the games in post-game, there's little side quests, optional side quests you could take, that defeating the boss of which extends that by 10, 70, 80, 90, and then to 99. Like the 3DS remake of Part 2 that I did a playthrough of a few years ago. Granted, I didn't get that far in the post-game to show that. At least I don't think I did. Since overall, I'm not a big fan of post-game content. Usually just a janky excuse to milk and pad the game more. With common enemies that are stronger than most of the endgame bosses. Like, really? Anyways. Of course, by now you've probably noticed there's a lot of these little central areas. Yeah. Alright. Ooh. Right in the middle of a whole group of enemies. Alright. Never mind, actually. Okay. Weapon upgrade. See, I was doing, what, 420, 425, roughly 420 damage with the axe I have been using. Oh yeah, 150 points better. Cool. So now... What game? Oh, you think this is all a game, do you? Fine. Just have to catch up with you and knock some sense into you. Anyways, underpass here. Yeah. I don't want. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Dang it. Well, good thing those things were weak to claw attacks. I forgot to switch weapons. Since she... Oh, that's right, never mind. On manual control. Okay, I guess it's on me both ways. Well, I was going to say, since she doesn't heal herself, but yeah, how could she? She's on manual control, so to speak. I usually don't leave the second person on auto AI control. Anyways. Not that it matters, but yeah. Can't get them from here anyways. Have to backtrack all the way back to where before I jumped into that, before I bombed open that hole and dove into it, have to backtrack all the way to that floor to get to these little wooden chests that I just opened access to. Big deal. Now, watch where you step here. One step too far in the wrong direction and you will fall down. And we'll have some backtracking to do to get back up here, so... Alright, we're at max health. Alright, well this might end up being a longer video than 30 minutes, but alright, fine. Boss time. Ice Golem, huh? 552. Ooh, 600. Just keep pummeling them. Oh. He's melting. Dang it. Can't really do the Wizard of Oz impersonation as it's out of place here. We're not throwing water on it. Damn. $200. Man, you get more experience for the common enemies here than you do for bosses. Kind of backwards. Anyways, that's 2 crystals restored. Oh yeah, sure, just leave me here by myself. Gee, thanks. Anyways, don't forget to get this, or you will be coming back up here to get it later. And now, look out below. Actually, did I want to do that? Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. All right. Since I don't have the exit spell yet, gotta walk back out. They certainly liked milking that in these early games, like Part 1. Not just the NES original, any version of that game. That's one of the things they never did change from the NES original to the Pixel Remaster and all other remakes in between. The way they milk how long it takes until you can get the exit spell. And what makes it even more ridiculous in that game, in my opinion, is they have the slight variation alternative warp. That doesn't warp you out of the entire dungeon, just takes you one floor back up. Use that enough times and you can get out that way. However, that's under the same plot wall lock that the exit spell is. So what's the point? The only reason you would get the lesser alternative is because you can't get exit spell yet because of plot wall regulations. So fine, I'll settle with the substitute until I can get exit. But you can't get the alternative spell either. Really? What developer thought of that idea? Was he fucking drunk or something? Excuse my language, but seriously. What's the point of even having the warp spell then? Since you can't get it until the... Yeah. Spoiler alert potential, till the class change when the warriors become knights and the mages become wizards, you know. Yeah. And by then, who's going to want the warp spell when you could just get the damn exit spell and be done with it? I mean, so, yeah, I mean, whoever, what brainiac, what Albert Einstein IQ wannabe thought of that one? Anyways, I mean, I love the first Final Fantasy game, don't get me wrong, but that's one of those things that makes me want to scream every time. Like, what? Why is this even in the game? Or better question yet, well, never mind, point made. But yeah, these early games, they sure love milking that exit spell. And actually, well, I guess you could, nowadays you could say 5 is an early game too, since they're up to, what, 16 is the latest? As far as games actually released go. I mean, they're probably working on 17 now, but yeah, even 5 can't get the exit spell until like near mid-game. Why? I mean, it's one thing I like about the real, you know, the NES Part 2, the one we didn't get till the, what, the PS1 remakes? Yeah. In the late 90s, early 2000s. Where the exit spell is sold in, what, the second or third town of the game? Granted, they call it teleport, but... Hey, I can actually get this early in the game and actually be able to use it most of the... What a concept. Short-lived one, as now we're back to this. Having to walk my way back out. Oh, well. Anyways, and here... As always, thanks for watching and all that kind of stuff. Have a good day, stay safe, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.